Smoking mirrors, you know what's up. It's smoking mirrors, raw on a cut. It's smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Yeah. It's smoking mirrors, raw on a cut. It's smoking mirrors, you know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. You know you hear us. Listen, smoking mirrors be the station. Them boys uncut raw, no hesitation. Just tune in, the vibes are so amazing. It's all real talk here, that's word to Jason. Shout out to J.Lee, them boys on a mission. Gunning for the #1 spot, pay attention. Knocking out the competition, Sonny listen. In Detroit, serving game like a piston. Shot clock, jump shot, all net with a feeling. The squad set it off, cause a riot in the building. Syndicates to bed, this ain't suited for the children. And talking cheap, when they speak, you see millions. Turn it up one time, if you looking for smoke, then pull it up online. It's right there. Look in the mirror, first glance, it's quite clear. That BMore got them scared like a nightmare. They blowing smoke to any city, take a flight there. And guaranteed to ring bells like a bike fair. Then Debo the whole set, they don't fight fair. Cause smoking mirrors gaining buzz like a light, yeah. You know? Raw on the cut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Smoking mirrors, raw on the cut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Yeah, it's smoking mirrors, raw on the cut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. You know you hear us.
Yo, what it do?
What's good? What's good, my people? What up?
Welcome to another episode of Smoking Mirrors Uncut Live. We got our usual co-host, BMore.
You.
We got Detroit.
And
we got one of our special guests. He's an avid listener, an avid questioner. We're going to call him GoTo.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, y'all? Appreciate the invite.
Now, is that what you want us to call you, or
yeah, that's my art name. That's my signature on everything I do. GoTo. So
okay.
All right.
So you an artist?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. How
keep
long you been
the bills
doing
paid. I've been doing it for professionally, degree certified for 11 years. But I've been doing art stuff for years, man. I did my school's high school mascot and everything, man. They gave me $50 for that joint and made thousands of dollars on it. So
really,
yeah, they got it on the ambulance where I grew up at. They got the logo on the ambulance and everything.
That's crazy. That's what's up.
Yeah, well, it's what's up, but at the same time, I wish I knew about licensing. And
I'm about to say, hell yeah, man.
But how old was you when you did that, though?
17.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You wasn't, it's all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got me.
You learn.
Yeah, live and learn. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd have been a good come up, too, man.
It would have been, man. But, what I'm going to do, I'm going to redesign it, because now that I got the skills to pay the bills, redesign it and sell it. Because the principal reached out to me. He said he didn't like the deal that they gave me. So he said that, if I can come up with some new stuff or whatever, they're going to give me a good check this time. So
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Make that dough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yo, Troy.
What up, though?
Drew Brees apologized.
Oh, man, this guy, yo. He just can't help himself, huh?
He did.
He apologized.
He just can't help himself. He did it, 3 times?
Okay, he did. How do you feel about the apology?
All right, so the first apology, this is what I'm going to say. I know all these dudes got publicists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially guys that make a lot of money who are kind of the face of the NFL. I know they got publicists. His first apology, did you see it?
No.
He put it on Instagram, and it was a white hand and a black hand holding hands together,
bro,
with a blue sky,
bro.
Your publicist thought that was really a good idea to do that. There's no way your publicist was like, "Yo, that's a great idea." Just take that picture, put it on Instagram, and make an apology. Come on, dude. Come on, Drew. So I know he got some flack for that apology. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because that didn't seem genuine.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed like some publicist here. Put this out real quick.
Yep.
Come on, bro. What he should have is a black publicist to say, "Yo, that wasn't the right move. Like, You can't put that up there right now. That's not a good look.
So did you see when Shannon Sharp talked about it?
I knew he was going to say something.
Yeah, I did see it.
Now, how do you feel about what Shannon Sharp said?
I was, he's right on line with my thoughts.
Okay, so
right on line
because Shannon Sharp kind of accepted, I guess, his last apology or whatever.
Yeah,
and he kind of understood.
Yeah, because the thing was, after that debacle that he put on Instagram,
bro,
it became more genuine. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, let me put it up my face on his camera. You can see it in my eyes now. You know what I mean? So hey, where's the
You know what? I'm done with my cousin. My cousin is crazy, all of them.
Oh man. So after that first initial apology, I thought it became more genuine because after he spoke to his teammates, I'm sure he spoke to some leaders around his environment. Right. And he just told him like, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm just like what Shannon Sharp was saying. Shannon Sharp was basically saying, look, if it came from any other quarterback, any other white quarterback, he'd expect that white quarterback to say what Drew said initially about guys kneeling for the flag. Because it was Drew Brees, it hurt a little bit.
Right.
Because you're in New Orleans, you helped out in Katrina relief, you helped
his track record.
Yeah, your track record is long with the black community. So you should already know the struggle of the black community, especially living down south where you're at. And for him to bring that kneeling thing back up was extremely hurtful. You know what I mean? So
right.
Him coming
he can't even be serious right now with these guys.
They're killing you right now. Him coming back with him coming back with that second and third apology, I think I can accept it because he lives in his bubble. He really doesn't know it. He didn't know any better.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just lived in his $1 million bubble. I think he just didn't know any better. But now I think he gets it now.
He gets it.
So
that's kind of what I was saying. That's kind of what I was saying before on the last one. Like, yo, sometimes I try not to.
They messing
I
with
try not to
killing you.
I try not to go so deep on certain people because I know they don't understand. You don't get it.
Right.
You don't get it. I disagree with you, but I know you don't get it because you don't see, you haven't felt it. But I'll go even further, Troy, to what you were saying and say, I ain't really digging none of the apologies. What I'm really digging, actually, is him reaching out to those people by himself outside of media and saying, yo, what can I do? That's what I feel.
You know why, though? Because he got drugged through the mud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once he said it, he got drugged through the mud so badly that he had to figure it out. He had to. He had no choice.
But don't y'all think that he was just trying to save his paper as opposed to, having a genuine apology? Because I feel like
I don't think he was trying to save his paper. I think he was just trying to save his relationship with his teammates and the people within the New Orleans community.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to, because Trump came back and was like, yo, like, nah, no kneeling. Now Trump came back and said, nah, no kneeling. And you know what Drew said? Nah, like, it's more than just, it's not about the flag. You know what I mean? So he popped back at Trump.
Yeah.
And Drew he's a starch Republican. He's Christian like a mug. So for him to go back at Trump like that, that's the first time I've seen a white male athlete pop back at him and didn't care about his money. You know what I mean? That's just me personally.
Yeah. I just feel like, for him to be in New Orleans, surrounded by, all the black teammates, with the understanding of what Colin Kaepernick and other NFL players was doing, like to see all that and to see it, because they've been beating us with it in the media forever.
True.
And I think, for all that to still be like, I don't understand, I don't get it. Like, I just don't feel like it was genuine until it started to bite him in the ass. You know what I mean? Like once it started to bite him and he saw that the wave wasn't going in his favor, he was drowning more so than surfing. I think that's when he was like, look, I need to re-up, readjust. Let me call my black friend Shannon. Hey, Shannon, man, look, can you help me out, brother? And Shannon, because, you know, I guess, and I think that, you know, Shannon can give him kind of a saving grace because he knows him and knows that he's a decent dude or whatever. But I definitely think, you know,
he actually said he didn't really know him like that.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
He said he didn't know him. He said that was like he didn't even have his number. He had to actually have
Yeah,
somebody reach out
that's
to
true.
him.
Well, what happened was
Called him to a
somebody
block
in somebody in Drew Brees' camp reached out to Shannon
Yeah.
first, and then Shannon replied to it. It was like, all right, yeah, we get together. We'll talk about how you really feel.
But Shannon knows his character.
Yeah, that's
He
my
knows his
man.
character.
Yeah.
And like BMore said, his track record within that community, especially when Katrina hit, his track record is good. You know what I'm saying? He's donated so much money and put so much resource into that community. You wouldn't thought he would still feel that way about people kneeling. You know what I'm saying?
Especially being a Christian, like not understanding that. But I'll speak to what GoTo was saying as well. Like sometimes people don't learn until they get popped. Like think about yourself when you was young. You was like, man, I know what I'm doing, but you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like even riding my bike. Oh, don't go extra fast down that hill on that bike. You're like, nah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and you bite the dust, you like, all right, maybe I need to, you know, slow down a little bit. Yeah. So sometimes it does take Yeah, but sometimes it does take a little bit of that for you to step back and be like, hold up, maybe I am. It's sad that I mean, I get what you're saying, that we all think, yo, you should have seen it way before that.
Yeah, man.
This is years in the making. You should have seen it way before that. And I agree, but sometimes, like I said, people don't see it until it comes like grabs them by the like, you know what I mean? Like somebody had to grab him by his collar, like, well, I'm gonna show you.
Right.
Yeah.
So after you was, you know, you really dug in deep on him last episode, you accept his apology now? You good with him?
I need action now.
You need action.
I need action.
Okay.
I hear your apology.
Okay.
I'm listening, but I need to see action. I need to see action.
Now, what would a football player be able to do as far as action in your mind?
Well, as far as football-wise, that's their business. I'm just talking about as far as community-wise.
Community-wise.
You know what I mean? Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. And that's it. And we good. As they would say, we Gucci. You know?
Oh, don't do that. Ooh.
we good. We good. Just show me something.
Now, as far as current events, I know Gordon. Where are you from, Gordon? GoTo?
Originally, I know, man. You putting him a government out there? You looking for me now? Like, dang, man. Yo, can't hide out with Jason. You know? He be like, he over there, you know? Right there. Goddamn 69 on him. But I'm originally from a small town in Virginia, Farnham, Virginia.
Okay.
But I'm living in Maryland right now, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So down in our area, South Jersey area, somebody just got put on blast, a correction officer.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Franklinville, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
They was on a peaceful protest, and they rode by, and him and a couple other people were set up with Trump 2020 signs, All Lives Matter, the flag with the blue line on it. And he also had another man laying down with his knee on his neck while the protesters were riding by. And he happened to be a correction officer. And it just
Which one? Because people are saying the one that was actually kneeling wasn't the correction officer.
He's at Bayside.
Well, whoever, there was a correction officer involved.
I didn't know because
I'm not sure whether it was the one kneeling.
It's the guy that had the his knee on the guy's neck.
Okay.
He's the one that's the CO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the one that was on the ground, he's the one that works at FedEx.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Right. So I'm not shocked.
At all.
I'm not shocked.
At all.
But the funny part is that some people are shocked. There's races everywhere. And how do you not understand this? Like, you got judges that think like that. You got cops that think like that. You got
Yes.
lawyers. You got prosecutors. You got people that own companies that think just like this.
Nurses,
So-
teachers.
Yeah. So how do you feel like? How are you even shocked? For one thing, like where you been at under a rock? It just puzzles me because, like, how do you? These people are in control. So do you think that by him thinking like that, do you think he was a good CEO? Do you think that he did things right?
How
Probably
can
not.
you be?
How could he be? Right. So
If you that triggered, I mean, we talked about it a little bit before we went live, but if you that triggered,
That is
enough,
correct. That's correct, D Brown. That's correct.
a former coworker, one of his former coworkers was standing on the side. One of y'all former
Nah,
coworkers.
one of our former coworkers was standing
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
And like I said, he instantly deactivated his Facebook because he's a coward.
Really?
Absolutely.
which
Black dude,
one?
white dude.
Which one? The CO.
No,
No.
not the CO. One of the guys I used to work with, BMore,
Okay.
and Jay, while Jay was
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah, when I was still there. I know just who you talk about.
Black dude, white dude.
White dude.
He was recording.
They all was
No, he was
out
standing. He
there.
was standing next to him.
He was a part of that little group.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Oh. He decided to
you don't know who it
deactivate
was?
his Facebook.
You don't know
I
who it
don't.
was?
I don't.
You know what?
I'll send you a
We'll send it
to
you.
But I ain't surprised.
No.
Yeah.
I ain't surprised, man, at all.
Yeah. Nobody's surprised.
Nope.
Nobody's
But
surprised.
my thing was, if you that triggered really to get out there and really have an opposition to it puzzles me, man. It puzzles me. Like, where's your emotions at? Where's this? Why does that bother you so much? I just don't get it. And I'll say, just like I said before, like, if, I don't care what it is, somebody in complete opposition to me, right? People that's part of the KKK, skinheads, whatever. If they went and marched somewhere, I don't care. I ain't about to show up. I ain't about to be in opposition to them. I ain't about to do none of that because it don't matter to me. Do what you do. Feel how you feel.
Because you feel it's a freedom of speech.
I mean, beyond that, even if it wasn't a such thing as freedom of speech, it's like, why am I there? What am I going to actually do being there? Outside of me trying to agitate you, or you trying to agitate me for what?
Right.
We need to be there. Long as you ain't threatening my family, my friends, I don't care. Think how you think, because I know that's how the world is. I can't change everybody. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
But
what about when you have a certain thought process and you're in a position of power, and that does, in the big game or the wide scope of things, affect your family? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he thinks a certain way and he's a judge, or he thinks a certain way, he's a manager or a policeman, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that people have a problem with how people think because, a lot of us, once we become adults and stuff, we're put in a position to, where we're influencing other people's lives, to some degree. So, if you have a thought process that goes against my way of life and you believe that, I think that you're going to challenge not only me, but somebody I love in the long game.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I'm saying to that point, yeah, they're always going to probably affect somebody. But do I go out there and be in opposition to them while they marching? I'm just not doing that. That's just me, though. I can't speak for everybody. That's just me.
Yeah.
Because I definitely saw people that was at the Trump rallies in opposition to him. But it's just like, for what? Those people think the way they think. They there for a reason. You been there, you ain't doing nothing but agitating them, agitating yourself. That's just my thought process.
But I will thank Trump for what he's doing. He's actually helping these people be discovered. They're open. They're courageous now. They feel as though they could just say whatever they want, just like him, and there's no repercussions. But they're finding out there is repercussions.
Yeah, what's that saying that's going around? Not all races are Trump supporters. No,
Yep.
all people that support Trump are not racist, but
Right.
all races support Trump.
Right. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Because if something's going like for example, today where we got that, the guy, the CO today, right?
Right.
He has his Trump flag up. He got his USA flag up, and he's demonstrating a hate crime on a black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anytime there's something that's against people of color, and you have some, not all, but some people that are white, then they are Trump supporters. They always got that Trump flag flying for some odd reason. And then they got the Confederate flag flying with it too for some odd reason.
Yeah.
There's got to be some correlations there somewhere.
Of course, there's a correlation.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
So
It's
just a thought.
No, it's facts. It's facts. But what you gonna do? That's why in the last podcast, and I know GoTo, you didn't agree with me when I said that I feel as though racism is always gonna be around. But that's why, just by seeing what happened in Franklinville, New Jersey, seeing this guy do that, because he's gonna have kids. They're gonna have kids. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have kids. They might have some other family members that might not agree with them, but that stuff gets passed down from generation to generation. America was built on racism
and violence.
Racism is as American as the flag.
Violence.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason, and I didn't disagree with you, just to be disagreeing with you.
Right.
I think that, any flame needs oxygen to burn. You know what I mean? So, and I think that, what America was built off of, we can't go off of that blueprint anymore. America doesn't run off of the same blueprint that it once did. That's why there's so much friction, because we are segregated, because we are merged together. We are a melting pot. We do have multiple.
Supposed to be. Definitely.
Yeah, we have so many, varieties of, biracial, triracial people in the country. So, and because we're, working together, racism just, the oxygen is fading, and, that flame is going to go out. But I think the one thing that we can hold on to, the one thing that I think racism did do is cause a divide of people. And I think that rather than it being a color thing, because that's no longer going to hold up. It doesn't have merit anymore. I think it's going to be an intellectual thing of what can you do? What do you know? Because, just like the saying was back in the day, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book, that type of thing. Now we're seeing like CEOs like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and stuff like that. They're saying, we don't even care if you have a degree. We don't care if you have a diploma. If you know how to do what I need you to do, for to help my company flourish, that's all that matters. So, I think, and I'm not saying that it's going to happen overnight or in the next 50 years, but I'm saying eventually, because of how society is growing, especially after the technological boom, I think that it's going to be more so built off of intellect and, what people are able to do from that aspect, as opposed to the color of their skin. Because we already see, like, where you go to the store, like it used to be a bunch of cashiers and stuff like that. Now we got, you check your own self out and stuff like that, machines and building, things like that, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. Definitely.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh man.
I wanted to ask y'all a question though.
Uh-oh.
What did y'all not a question. What do y'all feel about people bringing their kids and stuff to like these protests? Like, for me, and I'll just start with like my particular perspective, because like I said, I have a 1-year-old now, you know, and a lot of people they're saying that they want their kids to be part of the movement, you know, to be part of the experience. But at the same time, you're hearing a lot of people, kids getting tear gas, shot with rubber bullets and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I'm wondering, like, if it's something that they probably won't remember because they're not attentive enough to really absorb it. You know, is it worth putting them in that kind of danger?
Well, BMore, you went to one of the recent protests. So.
I was about to say it depends on the age. It depends on what's going on. I'm not the type of parent that'll make my kids go somewhere, and pretty much all of them are old enough to make decisions. I have one that's you might as well say he's 11. That's my youngest. And his decision making maybe is a little different on things like that, but everybody else after that, they know what's going on, you know. So I asked them. You know, I went to 3 different ones, and my son went to one of them with me. That was the one in Bridgeton, New Jersey, and he enjoyed it. He said he liked what was going on, what we did. He understands what's going on. So I think it's really up to each parent. That's one of those things that's how do you raise your child type of thing. Everybody raised their children differently. Do you beat them? Do you not beat them? Do you punish them? Do you not punish them? Do you give them, you know, do you spoil them, not spoil them? That's a mixed bag. Children can still turn out perfectly fine with many different results. It's just upon, you know, what you think might be the right decision. I always inform my kids of what I think, of what I think the truth might be, what I think is right and wrong, my morals, and then I let them make the decision themselves. So I took him with me. It was peaceful. There was nothing going on. I wouldn't willingly put my children in harm's way. So if it ever came to that, I say, oh, you know what, this is getting out of hand. We out.
So I know you said you would never put him in harm's way. What if something did happen drastic out there? How do you think that would affect him or affect you, being that he was out there?
I mean, I'm difficult as far as how would it affect me, right? I'd really say, like again, my first thought would be to pull him. Like, all right, it's one thing my safety. It's another thing my kids' safety. That's what I'm here for. That's one of my crowning things as a father, as a man in this world, is to protect my family, right? So if I'm not doing that, what am I doing? So if things turn violent, stuff like that, I'm not staying simply to prove a point. I'm going to get him out of there, and we're going to prove a point a different way. We're going to find a different way. You know, that's me. How would it define him? Like, I'm pretty sure that would change his, you know, that would have some significant impact on his mind. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that it would. You know, just like me, you know, growing up in Baltimore and the things that I saw. You know, right. Things, my interactions with police growing up, stuff like that. So all of that plays a part in how he feels and how he's going to think going forward. You know, so, you know, I can't really answer how he would feel depending on what happened, but I'm pretty sure it would have a lasting effect on his life.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just like anything else. It's going to have an effect on him.
Like if he got hit with like a rubber bullet in the shoulder or something like that, would you have regrets about it, or would you be like, okay, we learned something today?
No, I wouldn't have regrets because I know for a fact that I raised my son to be a person in this community that would uplift the community, right? That's the type of man that I'm raising. So I understand that if he got hit with a rubber bullet, that it wouldn't be because of something that he did wrong. It would be because of something they did wrong. So I wouldn't regret that. That would just be a lesson to him of how the world is towards people that look like him and towards people, period. Right. And I explained that to him. And Good luck for anybody that does something like that to my child. And that ain't no threats or nothing like that. That ain't about me, because I ain't about physicality or doing nothing like that. But good luck, because my mom, my mom is serious. She's a Black Panther and she ain't got no give up in her at all. On top of me, obviously, I would be in there giving, the police chief or whatever a talk. But, thankfully, we're not on that. You know what I mean? And I'm never on that. You know what I mean? Like when I was out there, I brought waters and everything, offered them to the police that was out there, offered them to everybody free that was out there. Talk to a couple police that were out there. You know what I mean? Because I don't hate people. I don't preach hate, period, through anything. You won't see no hate come up out of me. I love all people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm about. I'm about spreading love, period. So
GoTo,
my son is like that too.
GoTo, would you take your kid? I know you just had a baby. Would you take your kid out there?
Nah. I mean, I haven't even taken my kid to the store since the coronavirus stuff. Like, because he's so young, and the risk reward. And my wife, she's in the medical field, so she has all these like worries and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, but for like a protest, I probably wouldn't, especially at this age, because he's not cognitive or attentive enough to really absorb it, know what he's looking at. He would just be more so my trophy there with me, so I could say, "Oh, my son was here with me." You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't, and I would have to tell him, "Oh yeah, once upon a time you went there." This, that, and the other. And I just think, it's too many variables to where things can get chaotic for no reason out the blue. At such a young age, I just wouldn't want to put him in at that risk. The risk and the reward is not worth. I don't feel it's enough for me to really put him in that kind of situation.
Right. Wow. Yeah. How about you, Detroit? Would you take your kids out there to a protest?
I mean, yeah, my kid's a teenager, so
yeah.
I mean, my youngest is 14, so yeah, I absolutely, I want them to experience the change, because I want them to be part of the change.
Yeah.
So I want you to get engulfed in every bit of it,
right,
and have your voice heard and be part of it. Now, if my kid is 6, 7 years old, I got some reservations on it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold them back. But teenager, yeah, you come along, but it's up to you. It's your choice. If you want to come, let's go. If not, just hang back. But I want you to be effective in some other way.
Mhm.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
but if you start running too, your teenagers can keep up with you. You know what I mean?
I mean, I might pull a hammy, but
True. Bro, it happens. I'm telling you.
When you turn certain days, I mean, you might bust a hammy just getting out of bed. It happens, man.
So how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about all these companies stepping up now? And
It's about time.
It's about time.
About time.
It's about time.
As much money as they made off black culture, about time.
Well,
Michael Jordan, about time, homie.
Well,
about time, homie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
they are billionaire, homie. About time.
Yeah, and I think social media has kind of changed that too. Because you remember before social media, like Michael Jordan, he ain't had nothing to say.
Nothing.
But like now with social media kind of being the gasoline to how everything is moving, and you got athletes like LeBron. I mean, so many other artists and athletes and entertainers, speaking on things, and they kind of dismissing brands, saying I don't need your endorsement. I think, and they say that like the black community is like liquid money, so if all the money that's building these organizations is leaving them, and no longer, you no longer it. Like when they tried to, what was it, Gucci? They was like, I don't know how successful we was at boycotting Gucci, but I'm just saying, like, when the message is put out there, we no longer rocking with them. We've seen brands disappear because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was Cristal disappeared, didn't it?
Yeah, because Jay-Z said it was racist, and he made his Ace of Spades and Cristal. You don't hear nobody talking about it.
Nah, everybody stopped drinking it.
Yeah, all it takes is that salute from one of the senior generals that we respect, be like, hey, this is what it is now. And they know that. And like I said, social media is kind of the driving force of everything. So, you know, that's why everybody's jumping on now, because they try and hold on to their pockets.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, everybody's doing it. Everybody.
It's,
Even music, even in the music industry, everybody's jumping on it.
Right.
So,
Nicole Camp says social media is a big influencer. Watch what you say and put your money where your mouth is. That's
absolutely,
facts.
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 absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah.
and that's the gospel in everybody's Bible right now.
Yeah.
In everybody's checkbook, that's the gospel.
You see what what's the not Justin Timberlake, oh my god.
Justin Bieber,
Justin Bieber.
and he was right.
Yo,
He was right.
You gotta give him respect for what he did.
He was
yo.
right.
what do you do?
He put out there that he basically made all his money off of black culture, and he said he's gonna start fighting for, you know, the cause. You know, he basically put it out there like everything he got was from black culture.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Did you see what Serena's husband did?
No.
Yeah, he stepped down.
Yeah, he's the co-founder of Reddit.
Yeah, he stepped down from the board and said that, you know, he said that I would like a black person to replace me.
Really?
Yep. I mean, he has a black child. So what's he going to say to his black child if he doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
You see, but
being part of the solution rather than part of the problem.
how deep do you want to go with that?
Go down the rabbit hole. Go down the rabbit hole. Go ahead.
How deep do you want to go with that?
His thing was, look, there's not enough black CEOs, not enough black execs in important positions. So I'll retire, and I'm asking you guys to hire someone that is black in that position. So he's at least doing his part. Of course, he probably crept some shares so he gets some money out of it, of course. But
Of course, yeah.
at least he's trying to do his part. I can't fault the man for trying to do his part.
Nah.
So,
But I mean, was Reddit like a racist company or something, or like
no, it's just a
white board or whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I just found out that Lowe's CEO is a black man. Never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And we got to be careful what we do too, because
And chairman. He's the CEO and chairman.
Yeah.
we gotta a lot of times things come out, right? The cancel culture, as far as things and who people support and stuff like that. So a lot of that has been coming out lately, like Home Depot, Wendy's, whatever. When we do that, we got to make sure that that's true. We can't just be
jumping on the bandwagon,
jumping on and be like, all right, them two. We got to make sure, because you could be potentially easily ending something that that has been a supporter of the community. Yeah. You know, so be careful of what's out there on the internet and make sure you check on it. Make sure that it's real.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that.
I agree.
So Nicole Camp said, how do you discern who is sincere or not?
You learn by their actions.
Actions, yeah.
That's it. You can't
really
go based by what they say. You gotta go based by their actions.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line.
But
so
then,
you gotta sit back and wait.
But then I think she's even saying, even with their actions, sometimes you can get to a point where it's they just doing it for that reason. You know what I mean? Like,
we won't know until we see the action, right?
We don't. Well, what I'm saying is that action could be, all right, just like you said with Drew Brees, right? He could just not want to look a certain way, so he's going to put in the action too. But that don't mean that's what he feels in his heart. Well, so you won't ever know sincerely. But what you could do your best at is figuring out where they putting their money, where they, you know, like you said, in their actions. Because somebody else said something about figuring out where to put our money, stuff like that, and where not to put our money. And I was just like, that ends up being a mixed bag sometimes, because you won't find a corporation that doesn't at some point in their history have something to do with racism. True. So what I say is I try to do now is I try to pay attention to where that money goes now.
And I was gonna say, I don't think you're gonna stray too far away from what's in your heart anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you're going to you'll see it's gonna be a glitch somewhere, you know, in your actions. Like if you're not genuine, I that's what I believe anyway.
True. That's
I
very
hear you.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't never tell, honestly.
Let me
But-
ask a quick question, real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Them damn Democrats. So today, right? What was it? Today or yesterday, right? Those damn Democrats, as they're about to show their hand on the police reform bill,
Oh,
Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer,
Wakanda.
yeah, they Wakanda it, right? They
bruh,
decided to wear that kente cloth on
bruh.
Oh,
and take a knee.
Yeah.
Hey, BMore, how you feel about that, homie?
You know what?
What was your first, like, what was your first thought when you saw that? Your first
Yeah, I mean, my first thought was like it is what it is. Some people go to the extreme, but you know what? If you're trying to show something, I'm not going to those people that's going to be like that's going to get on your back. Like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't do this. I'm not one of those people that has a problem with any white person that's on outside. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with that at all. Some people, they give them hack. They be like, oh, you ain't really with us, da. I ain't one of those people. So while I might thought it was like a little extra, I was just like, all right, whatever. You showing your love in your way. But we naturally know that some people extra and some people ain't. So,
hey, GoTo. What was your thoughts, man?
Man, I mean, like I said, when I saw it, I just thought of Takanda, like take Conda, but because I just feel like it's not genuine, man. And like I feel like the Democrats, or not the Democrats in general, but I just feel like a lot of white people in position, you know, they try to pander black people. Like, you know, when Hillary was on the Breakfast Club last year, she was talking about she got hot sauce in her bag and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you know, I just feel like it's not genuine. And like, why can't you just have a serious conversation without being all extra? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like they're just over the top with it for no reason. Like, you'll never see them in that again. Like, if we never have a black thing that needs to be addressed, you'll never see them dressed like that again.
Yep. And then they took a knee.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, it was
like what
for a photo though.
J.Lee, what you got on that, man? What you got on that, man?
Well, when I saw it, I just laughed at first. I laughed. I thought it was funny. But I give him an A for effort. That's all I can do is give him an A for effort. You know?
I'll give him a D plus.
I mean,
D plus.
They failed the class.
Come on, though. Like, I'm trying.
Yeah, and that's what I said.
I don't need you in the cloth. I need policies, man.
Yeah.
Just go in there, say what you want to say and present your bill. I don't need you clothed up. I don't need you bending the knee. I need you in there with policies, man. That's what I need from y'all.
Absolutely.
Don't pander to me. I don't need to be pandered to. I don't need your apologies. Just put the bill in. Do the work. That's all I have.
And then in addition to that, like you see the policeman, oh, let me go play basketball with some of these black kids. Or let's take a picture. Oh, let's do the electric slide together. I'm like, bruh, this is too much. Like, stop it. Like, go home, regroup. Like, try again tomorrow.
I'm not really against that neither.
Yeah, don't you think that's positive?
No.
You haven't done it before. Why do it now?
Exactly. If you didn't do it before, and you're not going to do it after this over with.
I don't know about that. That's your thought process, but that's not actually true.
But we can have that thought process, though. We can have that process.
Show me the receipts. Show me the receipts.
Because I'm going to be honest. In my neighborhood, I can't speak for everybody else, but in my neighborhood, I have seen cops stop throughout the years and play basketball with the kids. I've seen them do that. unwarranted outside of any of what's going on that was before any of this?
Are they from your neighborhood?
I've never seen it done before.
Are they from my neighborhood?
Like I'm saying, are they in the local area, like where that's a common thing to do? Like y'all got Rucker Park or something like that? Like
no, it wasn't in the park. It was on the street. It was literally on a residential street, not in the park. They just came out, got out their car, played basketball.
But that's the thing. What you said though, you said those cops normally do that in your area.
Okay,
these cops that we're seeing, that's not common for them to do. Like you
don't know that. Do you know that for a fact?
Man, you can look at the kids. Kids like, oh wow, what you doing here? Like,
hands up. Like, you don't know that. We can't. We gotta be. I'm very technical, so this is why I think this way. We got to be exact in that. I know that's how you feel, but we got to actually figure out what's real. You know what I mean? Like, is that a fact? And if it's not a fact, we can't put that on them. You know what I mean? Because maybe they did do that before.
All right, well, if they did do that before, why was it never a photo op before? Like, why is it the first time we're just seeing it go viral with with the photography and the videos and all that stuff?
It might also be because of the times. So they did it before, and it was video before, but guess what? It didn't go viral because it wasn't as big a thing at that time. So we don't know that unless you know that for a fact. Unless you research this, say, hey, this ain't here, we can't prescribe that to them. I know that's how you feel. I get you. You know what I mean? That could be 100% true, but we would want that same thing when they start talking about us. Like, oh, black people don't do that. We would want that same.
You think Hillary got hot sauce in her bag today? Like,
no, that's a completely different issue. That was extra. I thought that was extra.
Me too, D Brown. Me too, homie.
Especially when you talk about all the policies and stuff that her husband put in place and where it put the black community at that time. You know what I mean? So
true statement.
That's when Beyonce was hot. She heard that Beyonce said, I keep hot sauce in my bag swag. So she thought, I'm going to say that now because I know that's what they like.
Right.
I don't know. I just think it's all
yeah.
All right, so let me ask a question. Let me ask J.Lee. So inside that bill was a bill to defund the police department and other police reforms. How you feel about defunding the police department? Basically allocating that money to other departments within the community, social services, mental health. How you feel about that?
I don't know.
You think it's a good idea?
I still don't understand what defunding is. Can you explain what
I think they want to take some of the, let's say you're allocating $1 million a year towards the police department.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you want to allocate now $500,000 and take the rest of those resources and put it into mental health, put it into social services. So when these guys are getting these phone calls, let's say a mental health patient, they don't really know how to handle a mental health patient. Right. So why not have that person with them to handle that? You know what I'm saying? Handle that in situation, but honestly, be a standby just in case it gets unlawful.
I'll put it like this. Honestly, I feel as though that is a good thing. I literally just saw a video the other day that just happened, last week or this week?
It was this week. I know what you're talking about.
The guy had mental health issues. So he was walking around.
It was either that or he was on that wet. One or the other.
Yeah. But he wasn't aggressive.
Yeah.
But he was just walking around in circles in the street. And the one officer was trying to get him to calm down. And he was talking to him, but the guy, was still a little bit out of whack. And then all of a sudden, another officer comes in and stuns him, drops him to the ground. The next thing, they all hop on him and just start beating him down and tying him up and stuff like that. That was a guy that had issues, mental issues, but he wasn't aggressive. He wasn't being a threat to the police.
Yeah.
This just happened.
Actually, that cop just got suspended.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that defunding them and using it towards other things to help them understand would be a great thing. But I think that's part of being human. You have to,
But you got to remember, these guys are not getting certain trainings I mean, look, they only get
You
training for
shouldn't need
6 months.
training to be a human being.
Being exactly. That's
should
I get
not
it.
need
No,
training for that.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
that's what's killing
I'm
me
just,
about
I'm
that.
just saying, a lot of these guys don't understand what they're saying and how to react to what they're saying, because they just never been trained that way. They've never experienced something like that, so they don't know how to react in that situation. The guy was totally wrong. I'm glad. I hope he loses. I hope he gets some prison time for that, because that was straight assault. But
It was, but
these guys get 6 months of 6 months of police training. Most of it is in the book stuff. They're not doing one-on-ones. There's a crazy guy here, and there's a person with mental health issue here. There's a homeless guy here. They're not getting that type of training in their 6 months of training. That's why we need them to allocate some of that money somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So we can have those people out there for those certain calls.
yeah,
Unless we allow these police officers to be in training for another 6 months, like a year of training prior to you becoming a cop, now they're getting that certain training where they can handle mental health issues. They can handle homeless calls. They can handle those type of calls where we won't have possibly a guy acting, that cop acting the way he did, where that guy was a mental health guy and he's coming in with a stun gun. Come on, dude. Like,
Right.
what are we doing here?
right.
So more training. I think a longer. Those guys need to be training for a longer time. 6 months is just.
Heavy
And all of a sudden,
training.
you're getting a gun. You're getting a baton. You're getting these things that could possibly hurt, kill, or injure someone within 6 months. What are we doing here?
I don't.
Where I could go to a barber school, right? I got to spend like a year and a half at barber school.
Exactly.
Like, what's the correlation? Like, there's a big difference there. There's a life, or I'm shaving somebody's head. I gotta be in school longer to shave somebody's head.
Right.
Those dudes gotta be in school a little bit longer, man.
And the only thing that I'll add to that in regards to the defunding, like, a lot of people, they're like, defunding, then they'll make, where crime will rise up and all that stuff. Anyway, I think that, with the defunding, I think they should do it like they do with like universities. Like, if you are an accredited university, you get funding. If you lose your accreditation, they take funding. You know what I mean? And so then, because everything is based on the performance of the student. So with the officers, if you base everything on the overall performance of the officers, and they're an accredited police station or department or whatever like that, then you can continue funding and XYZ. But if they have like a lot of knocks on their records, like some of these cops, they be saying they had like 20 cases of where they had issues with minorities and aggressive or assaulting people and stuff like that, or rape, and we don't hear about it until they do something damaging like kill somebody. But I think if you have it where you're accrediting police departments each year, and to where they're accredited or not accredited, and then you can kind of allocate their funding like that.
Right. I mean, most companies are run that way too.
Right.
I mean, where we work is pretty much that way. So, yeah, I feel you on that. Simulator, D Brown, I feel you on that too. A lot more simulator training. Why not? There's a lot more. They get more experience of being in that situation where they could, get used to something like that.
I just don't understand how people just can't use common sense and be.
Well, that is their common sense to them. You know what I mean? Like you gotta think about it, right? You gotta think about it. We all grew up and had to go through high school and graduate high school, and you know that there's different people, right? Some people that have to assert themselves and really think that they gotta be somebody for you to look up to, or they the big guy or whatever, stuff like that. So in society, whatever group that you fall into, that's still going to be a part of that. So I think a lot of times, like if you look at it, certain type of people end up in the same job scope. So I think the type of people that you have in that job scope are people that really want to have some type of authority, and they really believe that it's us against them mentality, and I have to save America or whatever, my township, my jurisdiction from these type of people. You know what I mean? What just in the incident, I don't know about it, but just in listening to the incident that you're talking about, I'm like, why would another officer, if the guy's not being aggressive, why in the world would he ever go to him and just straight up shoot him with a stun gun? What was the purpose? What is going through your mind?
Yeah, that was crazy.
My only thought is he wasn't listening, and you didn't like the fact that he wasn't listening, so you took the next step. Regardless of who he was, whatever, you were pursuing him in some shape, form, or fashion, and he wasn't listening. So this is what I'm going to do to you.
No.
I'm going to exact some type of punishment on you because you're not listening to me when I tell you to listen to me.
But it's the crazy
at the
part.
present moment.
They were just trying to get him into an ambulance. They weren't even trying to arrest him. They were just wanting him to go into an ambulance and get help.
And then it turned into something more.
Something way worse.
Yeah. And the responding officer was doing well at keeping it calm.
Yeah, he was calm. The first officer was awesome. Like, he knew how to handle the situation. It was this other guy that came up, and I don't know.
But you see what I'm saying, though? Like, what in your mindset? Where's your mind? And that's what I like to think about. I'm always trying to figure out what's going on, not just be like, yo, that was wrong. No, what were you actually thinking that brought you to do something like that? Well, you know what I mean? Like, I watched a video of police officers flattening tires in a parking lot of protesters.
Really?
Yeah. In Missouri,
what?
For the protest, they had a series of cars that was sitting, I believe, in a Kmart parking lot, and they flattened every single car in that parking lot tires. All four, not one, all four tires of every car. And the reporter said that kid went back and was like, hey, my car is in this parking lot. And the police were like, all right, we just want to make sure we show you credentials. He did all of that, right? They still flattened all four tires, supposedly, of the car. And he said that the reporter reports that the police officer like smirked and smiled about it. And it's like, what mentality do you have to do something like that? Where's your mind at? Whereas though you're in such opposition of somebody that you're just like, I'm a police officer. I have the right. I'm just going to stab all four tires of a car because you're protesting. Something that you're actually able to do legally.
But do you think that they could be listening to orders above them? So, they're more so on the puppet strings of somebody else?
Oh, most definitely. But guess what? Everybody is under some puppet strings at some point. At what point do you decide upon yourself? Look at where these officers are now that have their lives on the line because they decided to uphold a system that they wanted to be a part of. At what point do you decide upon yourself that, yo, this is wrong, I'm not a part of this?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying everybody has that goal to do that, but I really don't think it was that when it comes to the tires. Because supposedly their publicists put out that it was for safety because cars and something else have been used against police and the protesters' crowd. So supposedly it was done for the safety of the protesters. And I'm like, that don't make sense. The cars are sitting in a parking lot. Like, you did it because you're in opposition of the people that are protesting. And you wanted to inconvenience them in some way, shape, or form. And it's just like, wow. To me, that just says a lot.
So do you guys think it's time for police departments to follow? This is what I've been hearing, and it's a great idea. For police departments to follow behind what Camden City did 7 years ago.
What'd they do?
Camden City Police Department disbanded their whole police department. And it became a county police department. So it became Cape May County Camden County Police Department. So what they did, they disbanded. They got rid of everyone, right? And they made those guys reapply for their job. So by reapplying for their job, now they got to look at those guys' records, those guys' behaviors, anything they had in the past, it all came up. Now, if you were a bad cop, you weren't hired. If you were a good cop, you were rehired. And then after that, they started more community policing, where guys were walking the beat. Instead of being in cars, they're walking the beat, learning their community, learning the people that live in those communities. So what I'm asking is, should police departments start disbanding certain areas and then rehire to get a better crop of police officers? Because Camden, if you think about it, Camden is no longer one of the top violent cities in the country like it was before. Their numbers have come down drastically in the past 7 years. So is that a model that some of these police departments should follow? What do you guys think?
I think so. Yeah. Get rid of the bad apples.
Because that's the way to get rid of those bad apples. You know what I'm saying?
Start fresh.
Yeah.
Because if you look at some of these officers that have been in trouble, they have a track record. And it's not a good track record. They got a lot of complaints against people. So I feel like, start fresh.
Yeah.
Make them work for their job. Make them earn that trust.
And I also think that they should have it where, because if police officers are public servants, they should have it where, like we go to people's Facebook page and you can read up on them and everything like that. They should have it where we could publicly look up each officer in the county, see what, kind of situations they've been in, what things were negative, what things were positive, almost like a Yelp review almost of the police officer. I think report card of the police officer. I think they should have something like that. If they public servants, why is everything so hidden? Why are we not finding out about stuff until we get to this day?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a good idea. I don't know if that's the absolute right way, but it's a good idea.
I mean, right now it's been work for Camden County for the past, like I said, for the past 7 years. Their crime rate, their violent crime rate, has been drastically coming down. You don't have a lot of murders, like I said, so it seems to be working for them. So why not try that? You know what I mean? Why not try to get rid of those bad apples, those guys that have a terrible track record? Why not try to get rid of those people? And this seems like it'd be a good way to do that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Only thing I would say is I would definitely, by all means, love to get rid of anybody that's a bad apple, that have that type of attitude, that type of displacement towards people. But my only thing would be like for the good officers and making them go through all of that. I kind of feel like maybe you can do that without having them rehired for that job.
Well, I mean, if you're a good officer, you shouldn't have to worry about it, right?
You shouldn't have to worry about it. That's true. But I'm just saying, like, because we kind of had to do that with our job, right? We had to get rehired.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I was like, that's kind of hassle. Like I'm not a bad employee. It was extra stuff. But I didn't know if there was possibly a way to do the same exact thing you're saying, but without making them reapply. Like, all right, I already see where all you're like, you have these type of complaints. Is it warranted? Is it not warranted? Because every complaint ain't warranted.
Yeah.
Look at that. Pay attention to it and just let them go from there. You should be able to do that. Like, all right, this is not the job for you. I think anybody like state, local law enforcement, whatever, I believe they should have the power to do that. And I understand that they have a police union and stuff like that. And I'm not really against them having a union, but I also feel like if higher ups feel as though you shouldn't be hired and they really have an explanation as to why, not just like, I don't like you, I'm getting rid of you. Like, this is why you can't police, because of this, you show aggression, like have a system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I agree, man. I'm with it. I agree. Let me ask one more thing before I think we're about to get off. But let me ask one more thing.
You're about to make us cry again, right?
No.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
No,
All right, go ahead.
Actually, I did that. Actually, we had the service today. It was a
Really?
beautiful service.
That's what's up.
We sent her home today, and it was beautiful, man. Nice little
Right.
ceremony. It was good. It was good. It's good.
That's
It was
what's
good
up.
for the soul to see certain people. But
Awesome.
They do. I hear you, Nicole.
Yup. BMore kind of was hitting on this last time we spoke. He was hitting on young black athletes going back to HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the talking point for the past couple days. I've talked about to my friends for the past 2 years about um, elite black athletes going to these HBCUs, especially basketball, because if you're a one and doneer, what's the matter? You're one and done. Let's start pumping some money into these. Some people say is struggling HBCUs.
Yeah.
So why not help it out and pump some money to these HBCUs rather than the predominantly white institutions? So how you guys feel about that? Jay?
I feel as though it would be awesome. It would be awesome because I feel like
It'd have been good to have, Zion at Howard. You know what I'm saying? Why
yeah,
not?
yeah. I mean because these schools don't get the funds that they need
Right.
to survive.
Right.
And a lot of these upper echelon schools get these athletes and they make money off of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't really care about the athlete. They care about making money off of that athlete.
Yeah.
So I feel as though, I mean, why not take your skills to a black college and bring them some money as well, you know, and also learn about yourself. It's funny too that you say that you talk about this because I asked my daughter about, how would she feel about going to a black college, and she was like, "There's too many black people." That's what she told me. That's what she told me. But my daughter's used to going to like mixed schools, and but I understand why she felt that way. She rather have the best of both worlds. But I was just trying to get her to understand that a lot of these colleges, they teach you about yourself. They teach you about your heritage, where you're not going to get that from other colleges. So it would be nice for somebody to go to that college and bring these other athletes there, and I mean, it has some awesome teams there too.
Yeah.
Because you figure the scouts ain't really going to these black colleges like that.
No, because once upon a time, this is before segregation, these black institutions were it was thriving like crazy.
Yeah.
And these guys were going from the Gramblings and the Southerns and going right to the league. They were getting scouted.
Yeah.
But once they started the desegregation, these schools started going to these Alabama homes and South Carolina homes, and now Penn State's pulling these kids. Now USC are pulling these kids, and they're pulling those kids from those possible black institutions because they saw where the money was going to be. You know what I mean? They're having these type of athletes. I wish a lot of our top athletes would just, not all of them. You don't have all. We don't need to have all of them go there if you don't want to go there, but at least have some of them go there to help these institutions because now
all it takes is one.
It only takes one because now these guys, some of these institutions are asking the government to kind of bail them out because they don't have the type of money to sustain. No. So if we get these athletes in there, now they can get that TV money. Now they can get the NCAA money. And it's not all going to the Dukes and North Carolinas of the world. You know what I mean? Now the Norfolk states and the South Carolina states could get some of that pie.
Now, I saw this and I was actually kind of shocked by this. It said some of the most successful black people out there have gone to black colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the most successful black people have gone to black colleges.
Yeah. There's a reason for that.
Why you feel as though BMore? Why you feel as a reason for that?
Because with anything, right? When you're taught even from a baby up until adolescence, throughout your life, you're generally taught about your story, right? Be it your family, and you have pride in your family name. You end up having pride for anything, the school you went to, anything that you're attached to, the state that you live in, the team you played for, all of that is all about pride, right? So naturally, when you get somebody that's getting some type of pride from their skin color, when naturally throughout the world you're not really getting that, it gives you a certain type of confidence that you might not have going to another school. Not saying that you can't or won't have that confidence at another school, but it definitely gives you something different. It's a reason why I feel as though that's that. Now, speaking as far as sports, not only do I think it's a great thing if black athletes would go to historically black colleges, I think it's essential. I think it's essential. And the reason why I think it's essential is because of what I talked about further, what I just said, but also there was a time when we couldn't touch another campus. There was a time when the only reason they started accepting us is because they started realizing that if they didn't jump on that bandwagon, they wouldn't be in a position to compete. And I'm not saying everybody has to go to a HBCU, but I'm saying it's essential because you'll always have a home. That's like you going out into the world from your house, but you fall on bad times. When you fall on those bad times, you always know you can come home. But if you don't have no home, what you gonna do? So I feel like it's essential for people of our color to continue to patronage HBCUs and make sure that money is going through there and make sure that they're surviving, because when they don't survive, then all of a sudden you ain't got nowhere to go. Oh, now there's no HBCUs. Think about that. Now you have to go to one of these schools. Oh, but now guess what? It's their choice. Now they could be like, oh, well, we're going to start implementing these rules, and now you're stuck because there ain't no HBCUs left.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. So
Right.
I think it's essential. That's me personally.
Okay. Wow. So Nicole says, to take the pressure off the kids, do or should we as black people have an obligation to donate or give back to HBCUs?
Yo, we got GoTo. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He moved.
Yeah.
I personally think it's for with any college or university. If you graduate from that college or university, you love that college or university, you should donate back if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't think necessarily if you didn't go to that university, I don't think you should feel obligated to do it. It'd be a nice gesture to do so. But again, like we were saying, we would love for our elite athletes in all sports to, not all of them, just some, to go through and help out these universities. But again, if you didn't graduate from a university, I don't think you should feel obligated to do it. But if you want to do it, it'd be a great gesture to do it.
Yeah.
That's just me.
All right. GoTo went to the loft.
Yeah, I think he on his matrix right now.
All right. We're about to close out, but I wanted to address something that happened recently. Matter of fact, I think it just happened today or yesterday or whatever, and it really hit home. I just found out that the brat is she just came out the closet and told everybody that she's a lesbian.
Oh, come on, man.
Now.
Come on, man.
I'm a little upset because I thought she was at least a bisexual, but
Yo,
wow. But I'm trying to figure out why she just came out the closet, like why she thought people was gonna be shocked. Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
we all knew. Come on, the brat. We
I mean,
all
I guess
knew.
you felt comfortable. I don't know.
yeah. She actually just put out there like, yeah.
She said,
she's a
"Really?
lesbian.
Really? Exactly. We go from the. You guys bear with us. Bear with us.
Yeah, baby.
On a light note, we've been serious all night, but yeah,
We have been. And we're
did y'all-
usually not as serious. We're light. We're always real, but we're more light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, on another positive note, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy J.Lee on his new house. Congratulations, homie.
Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
man.
Thank you, sir.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
I called him the other day. He was on a ladder painting.
Yo, I was painting today.
Yeah,
Yo,
you painted again.
see, this is the problem when you can do a lot.
This is the problem when you buy a house. Now you got to do shit.
But the problem is, my wife think I could do everything. She was like, "Oh, you could do this. Oh, could you build us another part of the house?" You know, it's just like it's not normal. It's nothing normal. It's always something real extra.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're happy with it. We're happy with it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man, absolutely. We'll be through one day. You know what I mean? Check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're gonna check out them nice stereos you got back there.
See them?
Fire
You
up
see
the
them?
grill, you know.
You see them?
Yep, nice little spot right
so
there.
done with y'all right now.
Hey, I do want to say this real quick, another serious thing. Shout out to LSU football coaching staff. They took all their players to get registered to vote
Okay.
to make a difference. Shout out to LSU. They're trying to make a difference, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
You know what
That's what's
though?
up.
Something else I wanted to shout out. We got GoTo twice.
Yo, GoTo going. You gotta come in twice on them.
Yeah, I had to. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
I do
Yeah,
want.
my bad, man. My computer was dying. I had to run up to the loft. And
I had to run up to the loft.
To the loft.
This guy,
To the
yo.
loft.
so,
This guy.
so I had to run up to the loft, you know, get my stuff
He
together.
still got his
but
Black
then
Lives
I'm
Matter
still not
screen
acting
on,
right, so.
but it's all good.
But, yeah, sorry for the maintenance and technical issues.
You all good, homie.
Definitely appreciate y'all for having me on today, man. And you know, just before we go, you know, I did want to say one thing about the HBCU thing. I wanted to say that, you know, I think it's time, you know, well, I think it's a good time that everybody's starting to come back home because, you know, I think everybody, you know, once upon a time they was going for the money, going for the opportunities and things like that. But, you know, they didn't realize that they were the actual treasure that everybody had been looking for.
Exactly.
You know, so once you go back to the HBCUs, you know, I think, you know, instead of you dumping out everything, you know, to where you're exhausted, you'll be refilled, you know, by your culture, by your heritage, by who you are, what you're about, what you can do. And you'll have people that are rooting for you genuinely, not using you, you know. So I think, you know, that's the big thing. If we start having athletes go to HBCUs, you know, HBCUs are not going to have to ask anybody for a dime. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. It's a different type of love, man.
That's true.
Different type of love.
Definitely.
Type of love, man.
You know, I wanted to give a shout out to real quick.
We're shouting everybody out. Shout them out. Let's go.
To our white brothers that's been supporting us through this.
Hey, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Fight the powers that be.
Because
absolutely.
Honestly,
I definitely appreciate you, brothers, man. I enjoyed talking with y'all today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I only say that because I know I've heard people that say that, you know, we could do this on our own, but the only way we can do this is united. Honestly, there would be no Harriet Tubman if there wasn't for people that would support her through her sneaking people into their houses and stuff like that. So we all need each other to get through this, and until we realize that and accomplish that, we're gonna have problems. So we gotta show love to everybody that's supporting us in all of this. Yeah.
Was that the last words? That was the final call? It sounded like it.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, that was good, man.
What's up, man?
Go to back. He got the high def video on right now.
You know what I'm saying? Got the high ceilings. Dang. You got that money,
man,
huh?
Got the loft. I want a loft. My next house gonna have a loft.
I'm trying to do a little bit better, man.
I got that cake over there, man. This cake boss over there, man.
Yeah. Oh, Callahan.
Funny,
One
man.
love, Callahan.
Yo,
Definitely,
Jason, I can't
definitely.
hear you now, man. I don't
You
know what
can't hear
happened.
me? You can't hear me? It's that loft. It's that loft.
Yeah, it's that loft, man. You got that echo going on. I mean, you got too much space in there, man.
Yeah.
Yo, he gonna know exactly how I felt. Yo, I couldn't hear y'all. I'm just looking. I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
can't hear Jason. I can hear you, Troy. I can hear you, BMore, but I can't
all
hear
right,
Jason for whatever reason.
it's
But
all good.
Oh,
He
good.
just
Yeah,
started
man.
to crash anyway.
yeah. Your phone
But,
racist. But go ahead.
no, man, I definitely appreciate you, brothers, man. I mean, is the show over? Or are we still going?
Yeah,
or
we
what?
out.
We out, man. We out.
Hang out.
Oh, okay.
Hang
No, I
out.
definitely want to appreciate you, brothers, man. Smoking mirrors. I'm gonna definitely. Jason, he asked me to make y'all a logo or whatever. So,
Yeah,
you know,
man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Do
you.
y'all have any? Do y'all have anything that y'all looking for in particular?
Nah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about
we
it.
hit y'all up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We'll
just
talk
once
about it.
once we shut it down, stay on with us.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll talk off mic.
Yeah.
Okay, my
All
bad.
right, but
my bad.
everybody else,
you good.
we out.
Peace.